How's it going, everyone? We're here to check out this week's skins, and we're going to be starting out with the Base Invaders set. So, with that being pulled out of way back when, of course its author was like, well, cool, there's a need for this, why not continue? So, we've got the gloves now. You can see it has the same kind of galaxy thing going on, of course, that goes with it. And then we've got the boots down here. It looks like it's got some like planets and some explosions and stars and all that neat stuff. So I can definitely see this being a good seller because the actual Base Invader, hoodie and pants did quite well. Next up, we've got a bandana for you. This one is the Iron Skull bandana. And it also has another version, the Death bandana. So it comes in gold and silver. So I decided to show the silvery one. I don't know, for some reason it appealed to me a little bit more, but the gold one is really cool too. They're identical other than color. So that'll be down in the list, which is always down in the description if you need to figure out whatever a certain skin is. So there we have that. Definitely a very cool looking bandana. I could see a lot of people rocking this one for sure. Next up, we're getting a little bit frosty, and we're coming in with the Cold Hunter High Qual set. And one thing I have to say I really, really love here, because at first it kind of just looks like the Cold Hunter thing is just kind of pasted on there, but there are these little details. Like, I love the little bit of sculpting here on the bottom, or cutting, I should say, at the bottom of the face mask to look like there's little icicles or drip marks, I think that was done really well. Take a look at the rest of it here. Get a nice look at the back. Those beautiful ice crystals. I never really thought this would translate too well to armor or clothing, but it actually looks really, really cool. No pun intended. Or maybe it should be. Next, we've got a set from Milo. This is the Bionic set, and you can see there's like a little Bionic heart, I guess, down there going on a little digital screen, or like a little viewer. And then the whole thing just kind of looks like it's put together by maybe kind of like electronics pieces and so forth. Definitely love the look of this scrapped together, kind of cobbled together thing because, that's what makes Rust. And then up here you've got this silly little head, which I thought was quite funny. It looks like a little face. You gotta love that. So there you have it. Definitely a cool, very unique looking little armor set. Next up, we've got our deployables, and we're starting out with this really awesome rug right here. It is the Autumn Leaves rug by FaZe, and it really does look like a bunch of maple leaves kind of on the floor. I could see a lot of really cool things being done with this in bases, and yeah, it's kind of more of an RP thing, but hey, those are probably the kind of people that buy skins the most anyways. So I could definitely see this one being a cool little item that would sell well. Next, we've got a furnace for you. This one looks like some old beat-up concrete. It's seen some war. There's probably bullet chips and wear and tear. There's graffiti all over it. And yeah, it just kind of has this old like blast furnace look to it, which I thought was quite neat. We can turn on there. A few of the little like areas light up, like this little viewing screen, and some of these, I guess those would be, what, heat exhaust holes or something like that. One way or another, this is the War Zone Bunker Furnace, as it is aptly named. Moving on, we've got a continuation with a new set from Andre, the Freedom set. So we got the door in, and we now have a little box. It rocks the same skulls and bones, loot or die on the side there. This way, up. And of course we've got that big old glowy anarchy symbol on the top. Now of course it does glow on the glowing version, and then there's a non-glowing version. I'll show you the glow on the glowing one, but since Hulk did take the non-glowing door, we might not see a glowing box, but sometimes he does mix and match, so we'll just have to see. Next, we have a clever little idea that I'm honestly surprised hasn't happened before. We've got the pharmacy vending machine. So this thing has syringes and bandages and rad pills all painted on the side. It takes Visa and Mr. Card, I think that says. I love that. And, or monies, I guess, the money slot there. And it's open 24/7. Well, of course, it's a vending machine. And I just kind of like how it's like faded and it looks kind of beat up and so forth. And then on the side here, you've got all the different like little medical things. If you take a look at the back, that continues all the way around as a wrap, and then there's some kind of cool glow here on the back, and then there's like a fake key code screen thing made out of the back panel, which I thought was a neat little detail. So we'll be able to check those out in the dark here at the end. Then we've got a couple doors for you, starting with this one, and I don't know, for some reason it has a very Christmassy feel for me, even though I think it's just the gold trim on a very Christmassy red or something, but this is a very regal looking door. It is the Red Royalty door, as aptly named, and it has like a little golden mail slot. We've got crowns, and it's just, the whole thing screams royalty. Definitely a very cool door. Next over here we got something else. It looks like someone maybe combined like a predator with, I don't know, a vampire or something. I'm not entirely sure. Mixed with that that guy from Mad Max. But we've got the Rusty Iron Grin metal double door here. So this thing is just very, very metal. Something you could see on a base in Rust for sure. Just makes sense. So I could see this one having a pretty good chance. Next we've got garage door, and it's up on the happy side. Rollers covered in candies and treats, and it says Candy World, and I don't know if I would ever trust a base that would have a door that says Candy World on it, because that just seems like a horrible trap. But the irony, or just the sheer, bright colors of it, definitely something that fits into the goofy side of Rust. Speaking of bright colors and goofiness, we've got an armored door over here that falls right into that category. It's the weathered armored door. And as you can see, it's got little like clouds, and even lightning bolts and water droplets have faces. The whole thing is just funny and fun. When you toggle the hatch, the little eyes disappear. It's kind of creepy and cool at the same time, because the eyes are watching you. Definitely a unique little door. Armored doors can be different on each side, so we'll go ahead and take a look at this side. And as you can see, there's a rainbow on that side with snowflakes, and then over here the rainbow's on the bottom, and there's no snowflakes, and we've got some bigger bolts and stuff going on, so quite cool right there. So take a look at this one here. Again, these aren't glowing parts, it's just lights up with the furnace. And over here you can see the glow on this guy, and then our vending machine here. Definitely very cool little bit here on the back. Makes it easier to find too when you're trying to do your vending machines at night. And then there's the glow on that bad door. Look at that. That's pretty badass. Alright, so lastly we've got some weapons and tools for you. Starting out with this guy right here. You probably saw it in the thumbnail. It's the Octorock, and this is just this beautiful carved not carved, but it almost looks like a tile mural done on this rock, and the whole thing is just really, really beautiful. Check that out. Gorgeous. We've got a couple other rocks for you, starting with this guy right here. It's got this kind of like sci-fi kind of like glowing orb rock eye thing. I'm not entirely sure what to even really call it, so we'll just go with its name, which is Dominion Rock. There you go. Next, we've got one last rock for you. This one is all sorts of shiny and colorful. It is the My Little Space Rock. My Little Space Rock. I like that. Then, with those plastic tools, of course, there is a continuation, and we've now got a hammer, and you know what? It fits pretty well. I really like that. It's got a little cartoony ladybug on the side of it, yeah, there it is. Very cool. Next up, we've got a knife for you. There we go. It's always hard to get the proper lighting on the knife. This is the Valhalla jewel knife. So as you can see, there's some jewels there on the hilt. So, yep, that would fit right into there. And then the blade itself has a lot of kind of like it looks like Nordic kind of stuff going on with it. Definitely fit for a Viking. Oh, yep, that is the right one. There we go. Next, we've got a double barrel for you. This is the double dragon shotgun, and as you can see, well, that makes sense because there's 2 dragons. The rest of the shotgun itself looks pretty beat up on the wood side and everything. You can see a lot of the fabric is kind of fading. There's some blood left on there. Aiming down the sight, though, it is kind of boring. There's some blood spots and pretty much nothing else going on. So that's a little bit of a downside there. Go ahead and pop a reload for you. And there you have it. Next up, we've got a semi-auto pistol for you. This sap is gold and shiny, which of course is because it's the golden sap. So, I mean, you know, what else do you expect? It's got a nice polished little wooden grip there. Aiming down the sights, you've got a red painted sight between the 2 gold, and it kind of can help you focus, I think. I don't know, it depends on the person, really. For me, I think it kind of helps me focus in the area of it. Go ahead and pop a reload. Boom. There you have it. Next, we've got continuation in the dragon set with the dragon SAR. Look at this thing. It is beautiful, and that eye is just, it stares off into your soul, judging every one of those shots that you make. One way or another, definitely love the look of this. It translated really well onto a gun, and this is quite epic, for sure. Oh, sorry. Next, we've got some MP5s for you. Starting with this one right here. It is the heat-resistant MP5. Aiming down this sight, you've got kind of a bit of the kind of fabric thing going on, and then that kind of heat-treated look to the rest of it there. And then you can really see it on the sides. Boom. And then it's got like the coolant system thing on there, and it's definitely a unique looking MP5. Love the look of it. Go ahead and pop a reload. There we go. And then that brings us to the other MP5, which is a continuation in the Retro Wave set. I actually really like the kind of like sunset yellow on the grip part there, where it kind of fades. I think the fade's done really well on that. And then of course you got everything else you can expect from it on there. The one thing that sets us apart from the other copycats is definitely the fact that there's some detail work done to it, and it's not just pasted on, you know? Aiming down the sights here, you got the little yellow tip, and you can see a bit of a sunset going on at the bottom there. Go ahead and reload. Boom. And there it is, Retro Wave MP5. Next, we've got a couple AKs for you, starting with the continuation in Little Ranger's toy set. This is the toy AK, of course. And this thing's got all sorts of stuff going on. You got the on-off switch, and then like the, you know, you've got the semi-auto and auto settings. There's a flame sticker. I love that the decals actually look like actual stickers put on by a kid. I just really like that a lot. It's definitely one of the nicest ones in the set, I'd have to say. Aiming down the sides here, you got a big old sticker lightning bolt and some red and yellow going on. Go ahead and pop a reload there. And I can see this one probably being a very, very good seller for sure. Last in this little group, we've got another AK for you. And this one's a little bit on the other side. It's more art, and it's got this beautiful little galaxy kind of stuff going on. We've got an alien ship and, you know, green Saturn and meteor, and then there's some kind of red planet on that side. Aiming down the sights, you've got another meteor coming down between some purple and black iron sights. Go ahead and pop that reload there. And the purple and black kind of tones on the AK are just something pretty different. So there you have it. Alright, so let's go through our last little couple weapons here, and we've got a Bolty for you, and this is a continuation in the Poseidon set. So the Poseidon set always makes you feel like a baller when you got it in your hands. It's solid gold with some beautiful matted black. And then with this Bolty, you've got some nice wood in between there. Look, check that out. It's just a sexy Bolty. Aiming down the sides there, you've got that golden Poseidon logo right there in your face. Do a little reload. And there you have it. Poseidon Bolty. Next, we've got a couple LRs, starting with this one here, and this one's got all sorts of a very Japanese and girl power kind of thing going on. There's kitty prints, and it's pink, and let's see, I forgot what the text on it says. I believe the text is, let's see, I'll actually take a look at that. It is life is game, or gaming is life. All right, so there you go. Even down the side, you actually have a little kitty paw print and game over engraved in there, and then a little green tip on top of the pink there, and the matching green on the ring. So it's actually got a lot of kind of cool little details to it. Then we've got another LR for you. Check out this thing. It's all sorts of cool colors of blue. It's got some great kind of details to it. It has a very kind of industrial, modern look to it. Definitely love that. Aiming down the sights here, it says aim, and you've got kind of like a blue digital kind of like thing going on. I don't know what else to call that, but you guys are looking at the same thing as me. You know what I'm saying. And yeah, that just kind of continues through the body and then kind of thickens towards the front there. And it switches colors. There's kind of like that same green back there, and then we eventually get up to a deep blue and a purple, which I think look really cool. And there's that. Oh, and we are missing something. There we go. It's a satchel. So this is going to be our last item for today. It is the supplies satchel by Jessen, and yeah, it just says supplies. It looks like kind of like made of wooden crates, and it's got tarp strapped over it, and then we've got these like little bean cans that kind of just, I guess they got clouds on them kind of. The whole thing just has a very unique look to it, and to me, I don't know, it kind of looks like the satchel's wearing suspenders. I don't know. It's kind of funny, so definitely a cool little satchel. That's going to do it, guys, so sound off down in the comment section below which ones you want to see make it the most, and we will be sure to show you on Thursday which ones made it in. Until then, remember the charitable Rust skins are still in, so you can still donate by grabbing those. That would be the door box and the hoodie and pants. Those are the 4 charity skins right there. And that's about it, guys, so thanks for watching, and we will see you on Thursday.